What's up, guys? Thanks for visiting, for hanging out with us. I did something I thought I would never do. And I'm gonna tell you about it, so let's roll the intro. Yeah, so you're probably wondering, after that first little tidbit, what did this dumbass do? And you wouldn't be wrong, because I think oftentimes I kind of hover along the fence line of dumbassery. And so the one thing that I thought I would never do, I'm just gonna come out and say, I sold my R1. My girl, I sold her. But before we get into that, we need to wind it back a little bit. So I hope that gave you a little bit of clue or a little bit of hint of the decision that I've made. Because man, I wanted that bike for a long time, and that bike helped me get through a lot of stuff. But let me explain why. So I'm the type of guy that is very particular, very, very particular about the folks that I hang out with. And the reason why is because your life is short. You know, and so the people that you bring into your sphere, so to speak, should be adding quality to your life, should not be adding drama to your life. And so I got this phone call, and it was one of my friends, and he said, Law, I'm thinking about getting a bike. And I said, why? He says, well, let me explain to you what happened. I said, what do you mean? What do you mean, Bones? I call him Bones. I said, what do you mean, Bones? He says, man, I went through some stuff. And I said, man, let me hear it. And he said, well, I was at this golf tournament. He's a little bit older than me. As I was at this golf tournament, he says, by the way, he's a PGA pro. Not a guy that you see on TV, but like an instructor. He works at one of the more famous golf courses on the West Coast. So he says, I'm at this golf tournament and I'm playing in this golf tournament and I'm getting exhausted. On the first day, I'm walking up to the hole and I'm exhausted, I'm tired. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? And he says, I'm talking to my girl and she's like, you know, this doesn't seem normal. He's like, I know, but you know, guys are guys, right? So after the second day, he literally is like kneeling on the greens. That night, she was like, we need to go to the hospital. And he was like, no, I'm just gonna rough it out a little bit. I'm gonna take some aspirin, and in the morning, if I feel bad, mind you, this story is really condensed. But in the morning, if I feel bad, you know, we'll make a decision there. So he takes his aspirin, he goes to sleep, and he wakes up the next morning, they're going out to the car, and he is thoroughly exhausted just walking out to the car. He gets in the car, and he's like deep breathing, and she looks at him and he's like, we need to go to the hospital. So they go to the hospital. They immediately take him in because he says, you know, he's shortness of breath, he's yada, yada, yada. They do some tests. He's essentially having a heart attack. And come to find out, like 80%, he had 80% of one of his arteries almost completely blocked off. The doctor told him, had he not taken the aspirin that night before, it had been a short night for him. And so after that, he's telling me this, and I'm like, dang, Bones, He's like, I know, man, I know. He says, well, I've wanted a motorcycle for a long time, so I'm gonna buy a motorcycle. And I said, well, good for you, man. Be safe and good for you. I'm all about that, man. He says, man, I've been looking at these 300s and I want to get a cheap one. I don't want to spend too much money. I think I got my eye on this. And I'm like, all right. I said, how much you gonna spend? And he said, he told me the number. And I said, I'll tell you what, man, I will sell you my R1. I'm not gonna allow you to get one of those bikes. I'll sell you my R1. And he's like, what? I said, yeah, my 09 has been sitting in the garage ever since I got my 16, and it's not doing anything. And you're my dog. You've always helped me out. You've always done things for me. It's time to repay. It's time to repay. And so I'll sell you my R1 for whatever you plan on buying not an R3, but a 300 for. And that was the deal. And I did it because it's important that you have friends that are friends, not friends that are acquaintances. And Bones to me is somebody that has always been a friend. And he has always taken care of me and my cousins whenever we wanted to go play golf, because he's always been a golf pro at various golf courses. And now I finally had an opportunity to do something for him when he's been doing all of this stuff for us all of the time. And so I took advantage of doing something good for him and doing right by him, because all these years he's done right by me. And that's really the gist of being a good friend. Now he has the joy of riding an R1, and not too many people get to take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, man, I'm happy for him. Anyway, hope you liked the video. And if you get a chance to do something nice for one of your close friends, man, jump out of your skin to do it. Jump out of your skin to do it, because if you're picking good friends, you got ride or die friends, they do the same for you. So do something nice for your friends and try and put a smile on the face of the people that you surround yourself with. My name is Law. Hope you liked the video. I can't wait for the next one.